I'm here to teach you everything you need to know about the capo. Now the function and the purpose of the capo is you put it on the neck of the guitar and it raises everything. Like here we have everything coming straight off the nut, everything is open. When I put it on the first fret, right behind the metal on the first fret, it's like my finger is on the first fret. But I don't need my finger there because the capo is there. And you can move it up the neck as many times as you want. 5th fret, here you go. 7th fret, here we go. So, how does it work? If a song is in a key, and that key is difficult for you to play in with just the regular open strings. A good example of that would be E flat. D is right here, E is right here. What if it's E flat, which is in between those? That's a little bit trickier for a lot of players to do, especially if you're a beginner. So, you get a capo, and you put it on the first fret of the guitar, and now you can play in a D shape. But now everything is in E flat. You're playing it just like you would in D. But now you're moving it up 1 fret for your fingers, and you're playing it exactly like you would in D. It's just gonna sound like E flat. So if someone says to you, oh, this song is in E flat. Oh, okay, so I know D, and E flat is right above D, so I can just capo on the first fret, move it up 1 fret, play it here, now it's in E flat. So instead of a D, it's gonna sound like E flat. Instead of a G, which is how you're playing it, it's gonna sound like an A flat. And also like if you're playing like an A, fingering an A, it's gonna sound like a B flat. Also, E flat is the same as D sharp. So sharp means you're gonna go up, which is this way on the neck. So if you're in D, just think D sharp, this way with the capo first fret, and now it's gonna be the same as E flat. You're gonna play it like a D, capo first fret. Let's do another one. How about D flat? So if you're in D and you gotta go down for flat, well, you can't really play it like D because you've run out of room down here. What you can do is what is right below D flat. The other name for D flat is C sharp. So what's a little bit lower than a C sharp? C. So if I play a C like this, C goes up 1, which is this way on the guitar, C sharp or D flat, same key. So now I do first fret capo, and now I can play everything like a C, and it's gonna sound like D flat. Very easy. The more you do it, the more you learn about theory and everything, the more you can do this just in your head. Obviously, if you're a beginner, you're gonna wanna use some charts and things to help you to know where to put the capo for what key, all that kind of stuff. But the more you do it, the easier it'll get. You can do it all in your head, all that kind of stuff. So understanding how to use a capo relies a lot on music theory, knowing the notes, knowing the strings of the guitar and the notes of each fret of each string on the guitar. So, like I said, if you're playing in D, you need to understand how the system works. Learning the notes on the keyboard is a good way to picture that in your head, how everything works. So D would be open, and every time you go up, you just keep raising a fret, and you keep getting the next note in the system, okay? So 1 fret would be D sharp, capo would be first fret, play a D, but 1 fret up. You keep going. What's above D sharp or E flat? E, like Norwegian wood. What's after E? There are no black keys after E, so what's after E in the alphabet? F. Capo 3rd fret, play it like a D, pretending the capo is where the nut is, and now you're playing in the key of F, but you're playing it fingering D. You can go up as many times as you want. After F, you're gonna have F sharp, also known as G flat. 4th fret, you just keep on going. Let's look at A, all right? 2nd fret right there, A chord. 1st fret capo, what's gonna happen there? A, is there a black key after A? Yes, there is. So A sharp, also known as B flat. If you know your chords, you're taught B flat like this probably. It's basically an A moved up a fret, and you're barring the 1st fret. So I just put the capo there and leave it there so I don't need to worry about it. Remember, capo 1st fret, and your fingers that were on the 2nd fret are now on the 3rd fret. As everything goes up, the note goes from 0 to 1, the fingers go from 2 to 3. Everything moves up. Everything moves up. 2nd fret, if I'm still using the A shape, like the open A shape, I'm going to go from B flat to what? What's after B flat? B. So now I'm playing like an A. Now it's a B. Let's do it one more. What comes after B? C. There's no black key after B. There's no B sharp. So now I'm playing in the key of C. Maybe you don't like playing in the key of C because of the fingering. Well, 3rd fret, play it like you're in A. F is one of the trickier chords. Instead of doing that F, you can just do this F. It's a D moved up 3 frets. Years ago, I had performed a concert with my group, and after the concert, a guy came to me and he said, I've been around a long time, and you're a pretty good guitarist, but I gotta say one thing. You gotta lose the cheater. And I knew what he meant. A cheater is kind of like a slang term for the capo. Cheater. He called it a cheater, and he said you gotta lose it, okay? Because he's looking at it as a crutch. I can play anything in any key that I want to without a capo. Why do I use a capo? Because it makes everything easier and more clean sounding. When I play Hotel California up here, yeah, I can just leave my index finger here the whole time, but why would I do that when it's more work and it's not gonna sound as good? And now to make the B7 chord, I have to just not play that open B string because it's not gonna work. So why would I even try to think about doing that when I can just use a capo, 7th fret, and just play how I want to, and it's way easier and it sounds way better. That's why it's okay to use a capo, even if you're the best player in the world. So we did the D shape and the A shape. Now let's do the E shape. E is a great guitar key to play in. So, 1st fret, start at 1 obviously. What is right after E? F. There's no black key after E. There's no E sharp, there's no F flat. Now we're in F. 1st fret, F. And if you look at it, it's kind of like the F chord that most people learn, all right? Because I got these 3 fingers here. Usually you put these 3 fingers there and your index is gonna bar those 2 strings right there. Yeah? You don't have to do that here. You can act like you're playing this chord and just get rid of the index if you want. Or play like a regular E. Pretty awesome. And you can even do all the special fancy open E stuff too, just move everything up a fret. 2nd fret, what's after F? F sharp. Play like an E, capo 2nd fret, everything goes up 2 frets. Now it's an F sharp or G flat. Let's do it one more time. 3rd fret, play it like an E. What's after F sharp? G. So G is already an easy key to play in, but you can also do this obviously. So the capo is your friend. Never be afraid to use it. Now, if you're like really rocking really hard on a song, playing really heavy, it may not look the coolest to play on a really heavy rocking song or something like that. You know, a lot of people do the bar chords. So, you know, in that case, the capo may not look quite as good as it does for just like a singer-songwriter just playing a soft song. But still, there's no shame in using a capo, and I use it a lot. There are 2 songs that use capo 7th fret, which is way up there. Those are Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles and Hotel California by the Eagles. They could be a combination of it sounds cooler up here and it's easier to sing. Could be both, but the guitar does sound really cool with that capo 7th fret. That actually does sound way cooler than doing it down here. Sounds way more normal. Just a regular acoustic song. Here Comes the Sun, same way. What sounds cooler to you, this? Or this? Sounds cooler a lot of times when you use the capo. Now here's an idea that I've kind of developed on my own. I've seen a couple of players do things kind of like this. I'm gonna play in the key of E while fingering it like D, so that's 2nd fret. What I have done here is I have only put it on the 5 thinnest strings, and I've left the low E open. Why have I done that? If I go ahead and do it the full 2nd fret, I can play it, but my lowest note there is the F sharp, and I'm playing in the key of E. So why settle for everything to be higher? You want nice bass to go with your songs. So there's all the capo notes and the low E. So, and it still works like you want it to. Go to a G, it's still gonna work fine because that 5th fret is the A. And then I just remember when I make an A chord, I'm just kind of muting it with my thumb there, so it doesn't ring out. Get that low E. So what happens if I go up 1 fret, 1 note? Here's something else that I figured out. I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go up here, play it like I'm in F. Okay, I can do it like this, like the regular. That's okay. I can't do this same thing that I did before because it's a low E instead of an F. So what do? I simulate what I just did, and I add a capo to the 1st fret. Whatever is the highest on a guitar toward the body is going to be what matters. So these 5 notes here are what matters. This capo is capoing 5 strings. Over here, there's one reason you're using this. And there it is. I play it like I did before when I was playing it with the capo 2nd fret. But now I have the low F. I get the low F while being able to play in D. Now you know that playing in D is way easier than playing something in F. So now you can do it like this and still get that low F down there. Very cool. This is the capo that I prefer. This is a Kaiser capo, K-Y-S-E-R. As far as I know, they're still about 20 bucks each. They may be about 25 now, I'm not sure. But I like these because they're a good name brand. They're very good. They work really well, and they're not too expensive, okay? I've tried a lot of cheaper capos that I've got off Amazon and eBay. I've already done all the work for you, okay? Don't buy them. They do not work. You gotta really finagle with it just to kind of maybe get it to work sometimes. Don't do that. I would suggest getting a Kaiser because they're the cheapest ones that still work really well. And they're very easy to use. You just clip it on, all of that. I know years ago people were using shove capos. To me, they're too much hassle. You gotta screw it on. I feel like they get less effective over time. There's other ones that are more expensive. I feel like those are just about being fancy. Like the Thalia capos are nice, but they're really ornate and everything. I know they used to come in different colors. Maybe they still do. I have a red one somewhere, but most of the ones I have are black. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching.